One word that comes to mind to describe that person.
Kanye.
He's very complicated. Let's say complicated. Really nice guy, but he can get himself into trouble. He's got a good heart.
I love this guy right here.
Kanye West claims A$AP Rocky is free thanks to him. What's good, celebrity program TV family? If you're new here, smash that subscribe button right now because we're about to dive deep into some explosive celebrity drama that you absolutely cannot miss. Trust me, you're going to want to be part of this community when we break down the wildest stories in Hollywood. Kanye West just dropped a bombshell that has the entire hip-hop world talking, and honestly, it's the kind of claim that makes you question everything you thought you knew about celebrity loyalty, political connections, and behind-the-scenes power moves. During a recent live stream with producer Digital Nas, he made one of his most audacious statements yet, claiming he's personally responsible for A$AP Rocky's freedom from Swedish custody back in 2019. But here's where it gets really interesting. He's not just bragging about it. He's demanding loyalty in return, and calling out Rocky for not having his back when he needs it most. Let me paint the picture for you because this isn't just about two rappers having beef. This is about power, influence, and the complex web of relationships that exist at the highest levels of entertainment and politics. While Kanye was ranting about his daughter North's appearance in an FKA Twigs video. And yes, we need to talk about that family drama too. He went nuclear on his ex-wife Kim Kardashian and her entire family. But the real shock came when he started naming names of people who he claims have abandoned him during his ongoing custody battles with his children. And that's when A$AP Rocky's name came up. "Y'all saying Rocky should say something, man," Kanye said in a clip that's now going viral across social media. "I called Trump and got that man out of prison, man." He's supposed to be making a diss record for them. Just let that sink in for a moment. Kanye West is claiming he personally picked up the phone, called Donald Trump, and orchestrated A$AP Rocky's release from Swedish custody. If true, that's the kind of behind-the-scenes power move that most people can only dream of having access to. Now, let's rewind to 2019 because the A$AP Rocky situation was one of the most high-profile international incidents involving an American rapper in recent memory. Rocky was arrested in Stockholm after a street altercation, and what should have been a simple legal matter turned into a diplomatic nightmare. The Swedish authorities held him for weeks, and the hip-hop community was in an uproar. Fans were protesting, celebrities were speaking out, and the entire situation became a symbol of how American artists are treated abroad. But here's where Kanye's claim gets really intriguing. Donald Trump did indeed get involved in the situation, taking to Twitter to demand Rocky's freedom. "Give A$AP Rocky his freedom," Trump tweeted, later adding, "Sweden has let our African American community down." At the time, many people assumed Trump was just playing politics, trying to appeal to black voters by intervening in a high-profile case involving a popular black artist. But if Kanye is telling the truth, there was apparently a direct line of communication between him and the former president that we never knew about. Think about the implications here. This would mean that Kanye West had enough influence with Donald Trump to literally pick up the phone and convince the President of the United States to intervene in an international legal matter. That's not just celebrity influence. That's political power at the highest level. And remember, this was during a time when Kanye was already controversial for his support of Trump, wearing MAGA hats, and making statements that alienated much of his fanbase. But here's where the story gets even more complex. A$AP Rocky himself has actually downplayed Trump's involvement in his release. In the 2021 documentary Stockholm Syndrome, Rocky reflected on the entire ordeal and made a surprising claim that Trump's involvement actually made it a little worse. So we have this fascinating contradiction where Kanye is taking credit for orchestrating Rocky's freedom through Trump, while Rocky himself suggests that Trump's interference was counterproductive. Make sure you're subscribed because we're breaking down celebrity contradictions like this every single day. And you don't want to miss what's coming next in this story. What makes this even more interesting is that this wasn't the only time Kanye supported Rocky during legal troubles. When Rocky was facing trial earlier this year on different charges, he actually stayed at Kanye's house, seemingly receiving moral support during what must have been an incredibly stressful time. And when Rocky was ultimately found not guilty, Kanye celebrated with a simple Instagram post, showing that their friendship appeared to be intact. But apparently, that friendship and support only goes one way, at least according to Kanye's current perspective. He's essentially saying that he's been there for Rocky during his darkest moments, first by allegedly calling Trump to secure his release from Swedish custody, then by opening his home to him during his trial. But now that Kanye is facing his own battles with custody issues and public controversies, Rocky is nowhere to be found. This is where the story becomes less about celebrity gossip and more about human psychology and the nature of loyalty. Kanye is clearly feeling abandoned by people he considered friends and allies. During his live stream, he went through a list of celebrities who he believes should be defending him publicly but aren't. And in his mind, his past support of these individuals should have created a debt that they're now failing to repay. The timing of these revelations is particularly significant. Kanye is currently embroiled in highly publicized custody disputes with Kim Kardashian over their children. He's been vocal about his frustrations with the legal system, with the media coverage, and with what he perceives as attempts to limit his access to his kids. In this context, his call for support from fellow celebrities isn't just about ego. It's about a father who feels like he's fighting a battle alone. But there's another layer to consider here. Kanye's relationship with A$AP Rocky, like many of his celebrity relationships, has been complicated by his own controversial statements and actions. Remember, during the same period when he was supporting Rocky, Kanye was also making inflammatory comments about Jewish people and other groups. He posted on Twitter saying, "Rappers just like Jews. As a whole they be doing bitch h*t, but there's a few I still f*ck with," followed by declarations of love for Rocky and Kodak Black. These kinds of statements put people like A$AP Rocky in an impossible position. How do you publicly support someone who's making statements that many people find offensive or harmful? How do you balance personal loyalty with public responsibility? It's the kind of dilemma that reveals the complicated nature of celebrity friendships and the pressure that comes with being in the public eye. The broader question here is about the nature of influence and power in the entertainment industry. If Kanye really did have the kind of access to Trump that allowed him to influence international diplomatic decisions, what does that say about how our political system works? Are celebrity connections really powerful enough to change the course of legal proceedings in foreign countries? And if so, what obligations does that create between the people involved? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we're diving deep into the power dynamics that most people never see in Hollywood. There's also the question of whether Kanye's version of events is entirely accurate. While it's true that Trump intervened in the A$AP Rocky situation, and it's possible that Kanye influenced that decision, we don't have independent verification of the direct connection that Kanye is claiming. This could be a case where Kanye is overstating his role, or it could be a rare glimpse into the kind of behind-the-scenes influence that celebrities wield in ways the public never sees. What we do know is that Kanye has a history of making bold claims about his influence and connections. He's talked about his relationships with presidents, tech billionaires, and other powerful figures in ways that sometimes seem exaggerated but often turn out to have more truth to them than people initially believed. So while skepticism is warranted, it would be unwise to dismiss his claims entirely without more information. The human element in all of this can't be ignored either. Strip away the celebrity status, the political connections, and the media attention, and you have a story about friendship, loyalty, and disappointment. Kanye clearly feels hurt that people he helped during their difficult times aren't returning the favor during his struggles. Whether his expectations are reasonable or not is debatable, but the emotional reality of feeling abandoned by friends is something everyone can relate to. This situation also highlights the unique pressures that come with being a celebrity in the age of social media. Every statement, every association, every public appearance gets scrutinized and can have career consequences. For someone like A$AP Rocky, publicly supporting Kanye during his current controversies could be seen as endorsing statements and positions that Rocky might not agree with. The calculation becomes, is personal loyalty worth potential professional and public backlash? As we watch this story continue to unfold, it raises bigger questions about celebrity culture, political influence, and the price of fame. In a world where entertainers have unprecedented access to political power and social media gives them platforms to reach millions of people instantly, the stakes of these personal relationships become much higher than they would be for ordinary people. The A$AP Rocky situation is just one example of how Kanye's relationships with other celebrities have become complicated by his controversial statements and actions. Similar dynamics are playing out with other artists and public figures who have had to navigate the difficult terrain of maintaining personal relationships while protecting their own public images and career interests. Make sure you stay subscribed to Celebrity Program TV because this story is far from over, and we'll be here to break down every new development as it happens. Looking at the bigger picture, this entire situation reveals something important about how power operates in America. The idea that a rapper could call the president and influence international diplomacy sounds like something out of a movie, but if Kanye's claims are true, it's a reality of how celebrity culture intersects with political power. It's a reminder that influence in modern America doesn't always flow through traditional channels. Sometimes it goes through recording studios, fashion shows, and social media platforms. The story also touches on themes of loyalty and reciprocity that extend far beyond celebrity culture. In any relationship, whether personal or professional, there are expectations about mutual support and assistance. When those expectations aren't met, it can lead to the kind of public call-out that we're seeing from Kanye. The difference is that when celebrities have these disputes, they play out in front of millions of people and can have consequences that ripple throughout entire industries. What makes this particularly fascinating is that it's happening at a time when both Kanye and A$AP Rocky are dealing with their own legal and personal challenges. Rocky recently became a father and is navigating his relationship with Rihanna while maintaining his music career. Kanye is in the middle of custody battles and business disputes while trying to rebuild relationships that have been damaged by his controversial statements. In this context, both men have reasons to be focused on their own situations rather than publicly supporting each other. The question of whether celebrities have obligations to support each other publicly is one that the entertainment industry has been grappling with for decades, but social media has made it more visible and more immediate. When someone is facing controversy, the silence of their friends and colleagues becomes as notable as any statement they might make. That silence gets interpreted as either wisdom or abandonment, depending on your perspective. As this story continues to develop, it's clear that we're seeing more than just a dispute between two successful artists. We're getting a glimpse into the complex world of celebrity relationships, political influence, and the price that comes with having both fame and controversy. Whether Kanye's claims about his role in A$AP Rocky's release are entirely accurate or not, they reveal something important about how he sees his place in the world and what he expects from the people around him. The entertainment industry will be watching closely to see how this situation resolves, and whether other celebrities will respond to Kanye's public callouts. Their responses, or lack thereof, will say a lot about how the industry handles controversy and loyalty in an era where every statement can become a career-defining moment. This is exactly the kind of story that Celebrity Program TV exists to break down for you. We don't just report the news. We analyze what it means, why it matters, and how it connects to the bigger picture of celebrity culture in American society. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and join our community of people who want to understand the real stories behind the headlines. Trust me, with everything that's happening in the celebrity world right now, you're going to want to be part of this conversation. We'll see you in the next video where we'll continue to bring you the most compelling celebrity stories with the depth and analysis you won't find anywhere else.